Turn 'em up, baby. You say somebody better call your bluff, baby.
Inevitable.
I'm at the cookout, sauce in hand, robe is on. A lot of people watching.
Killer Queen 第3の爆弾バイツアーだ。すでにきしめろはず。キラークイーンはお前の瞳の。
We doing this till we got nothing left. And that'll only happen when we out of breath. Y'all ain't saying a word, yeah, I know that you scared. Man, forget what you heard, still head of the nerds. Yeah, still head of the nerds. Yeah, and that's my word.
Elmo's gonna dance on the moon.
Turn 'em up, baby. If you say
I have no idea.
Baby, it's Wednesday, it's 8 o'clock, you know what's on. I'm at the cookout, sauce in hand, robe is on.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Game, we breaking most of them. A leader door crack, trust we gon' open them. The end game of it all, we supposed to win. We on the winning team, and I bet it's scary. The letter L ain't in our vocabulary. We doing this till we got nothing left. And that'll only happen when we out of breath.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Y'all ain't saying a word, yeah, I know that you scared. Man, forget what you heard, still head of the nerds. Yeah, still head of the nerds. Yeah, and that's my word. Turn 'em up, baby. If you say somebody better call your bluff, baby. It's Wednesday, it's 8 o'clock, you know what's on. I'm at the cookout, sauce in hand, robe is on. A lot of people watching, most of them. A lot of news in this game, we breaking most of them. I'm leaving the road, go open up.
Hello. Wait, I'm driving the top down.
Yeah, the kingdom come. Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
I'm at the cookout, sauce in hand, robe is on. A lot of people
My energy's draining fast, and Majin Buu just keeps coming back.
You will struggle, I carry out my illness when I'll have you know that I've become indestructible and this incorruptible. Amenez-vous, je vais vous défoncer.
Now look, Buster, let's have an understanding. Now what? Brother, what a way to run a railroad. Now, as I was saying...
One shall stand, and one shall fall.
Yeah. New kids on the block. We here making it pop. Don't care if you like it or not. This Bobby one is the top. The head nerds in charge and R4C to making things happen. If you think you heard what you thought you heard, go ahead and play that thing back. Coming out the speakers in the car in the man cave. The mother bus is about to be knocked off the airwaves. So be very afraid. Better check your gameplay. Sitting on all that and finna take away your fan base. The stage is set. Better put respect up on our name. What you get right now, you get it later. A consistent game, a steady dosage. Once you started, you can't get enough. The people's chant ain't a topic we ain't finna touch. So bring your A game, cause the boys behind the mic finna do the same thing. One time for the one time, let it off like bang bang. We aiming to be the greatest. We accepting any challenge. With a snap of the finger, bringing balance. Let's make it happen. You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Head nerds in charge.
You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law. There's only one boss in this place, and that's me. The HNIC.
What it do, y'all? This is King Kurt live, and HNIC is back. We are live and back on the interwebs, Al Gore's internet. We will not be stopped. It took us a little bit of time. Took us a couple weeks to kind of get things situated, but your boy's back. Hopefully, everybody is staying safe and sound and quarantined up. For all those who have a spouse or a loved one, I hate you because you're booed up, and I'm lonely. So, I mean, you know, sucks to be me. But if you're definitely out there and you're enjoying this quality time with your family, you're in the small minority because divorce rates are about to go through the roof. You heard me? Because a lot of y'all are shacked up with somebody you don't want to be. And that's a harsh reality. We'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. We'll get into the logistics. Hopefully my squad is in the chat room. They'll be chatting it up with everybody that's out there. And, you know, much love to everybody who's shown support and DM'd us and let us know that we were missed. I'm remiss to say that we're not at our full capabilities to have a full team. Obviously, we can't congregate with, what is it now, more than 6 people, 5 people, 4 people? It's rough out here. We're trying to figure out how exactly we're going to keep the show kind of moving along, considering the fact that this was supposed to be over a couple of weeks ago, and yet here we are. The Orange Cheeto has sanctimoniously informed us that we will be in our houses on punishment till April 30th. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know. I'm a whole extrovert. You introverts, let me know how you have done this for so many years because this is new to your boy. I unfortunately am completely an extrovert. I am socially capable. As a matter of fact, that's one of my few talents that I do have. I make friends really, really easy. And I haven't seen any of them, and I miss them dearly. I miss them dearly. So if you're a friend of King Kurt Live, just know that you're loved and we doing shots when this thing is all over. But I've set up a nice little situation here in my sexy time room. And for everybody that's on Instagram, that's right. For you Facebook fans, we are now on Instagram. If you go to our Instagram page, you can see me on live doing this because it's just me. I'm the only one holding it down. You might see a couple of people come through, no more than one or two. And we're going to keep this thing rolling throughout the weeks. Show much love to those to the right of me that are on the Facebook feed. Much love to all our supporters, our Patreon supporters, and those who sponsor and support us business-wise. Definitely go and support all these individual people because a lot of people do not have jobs right now. That's where we're at with this, people. We are at the point where people are now being laid off. It's a sad state of affairs, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm here to hopefully bring a little bit of levity, a little bit of geek, a little bit of blurredism to a sucky situation. Somebody else, my man Brimstone said, use Zoom. I'm not familiar with Zoom, and I know I can tag in multiple people off Zoom. I'll probably DM you and get the logistics and maybe work that out. My man from Grindhouse Radio all the way up in NYC. I hope y'all are, my man Brimstone, I hope you're doing well up there, brother, because y'all got a situation up there in New York. And thoughts and prayers, I hate that term. It's such a political term, but I mean that. Thoughts and prayers to you and your fam and the entire Grindhouse Radio crew up there. We got a couple special treats for you tonight. My man Eric the Smoke Moran just dropped. Hopefully he dropped it because if not, I got the exclusive video. I might drop it. I got a teaser trailer for his new fan film based on Orville. Big Orville fans out there. I know Star Trek and Star Wars fans. Y'all might be Orville fans. If you're not, this will probably be the biggest, best thing you've ever seen in the fan film world as far as Orville is concerned. Teffy sends out her love. Sassy sends her love. Roxy, I can't get all sexy and whatnot like Roxy do, but Roxy sends her love. And little Lex, you know, fun size, fourth greatest small person in the geek world, definitely sends her love. My man Mick Nux, Mark Carter, Kuzo, he definitely sends his love. And the whole crew sends love to everybody that's trying to find a way to just wade through the BS right now. But the show must go on, and that we shall do. Let's get it started first and foremost with, let's talk a little bit about these hot topics. What's going on in the world? Well, unfortunately, because of this beer virus, all our favorite geek movies have been pushed back. And I mean pushed all the way back. Pushed back farther than some of y'all hairlines. I'm talking about clean out in 2020. A lot of them have been pushed back to 2021. Some of which has been Bloodshot. The new Bond movie has been pushed back. It's even getting to the point now where I believe in China they've reopened a lot of the different movie theaters. I don't know how much we want to really trust Chinese media right now. I mean, I'm not sure if they are trustworthy. You know what they say. You know the women tell you, once you lie to me, you break that bond of trust. I don't trust you no more. You got the whole world scratching their giblets behind the mess that was going on over there. But you know what? What can I say? The Chinese government handled it the way they handled it. But unfortunately, we all now have to figure out what we're going to do going forward. Movie-wise, Onward, they threw that thing right up on streaming services. So that might be a viable option for a lot of these different things. I know a couple movies, we'll talk about them later, will more than likely be added up onto the streaming services that are out there. We'll see how that plays out. But one of the things that we wanted to kind of talk about today was what movies were you guys looking forward to that you now can't see? I mean, I personally was looking forward to the Bloodshot movie. I mean, I'm not a huge Vin Diesel fan. I'm a sort of Vin Diesel fan, but Bloodshot is one of my favorite comic books, and I really wanted to see how they were going to do it. I thought the graphics in the preview looked really, really great, but unfortunately now I gotta wait. And I know a lot of people were definitely looking forward to that Bond, which, I mean, you know, in my opinion, I think Bond is starting to get just a little bit redundant because how much more can we really do? But you know what? They keep making Bond movies. We'll keep going to them. And I don't see them stopping Bond anytime soon. But I know for a fact that the King Kong versus Godzilla movie is definitely pushed back, which is a major blow because I was really looking forward to that. You know, if you haven't gotten a chance to see the original King of Monsters, it's on HBO right now, streaming. So you can go and check that out. But unfortunately, there are multiple movies that are out. You can just do a Google search and see all the different movies that have been pushed back. And unfortunately, there ain't much none of us can do about it. Teffy went out and at the behest of Sassy and copped her. For our Instagram fams, listen, look, y'all go ahead on, hop over to that Facebook live feed, and thank you for checking in with us. Much love from the head nerds in charge, but, you know, holla at your boy on the other side. Sorry, y'all, I had to let everybody know to go ahead on and hop on this feed so I can actually read comments and kind of keep up with what's going on over here. Now, as far as Animal Crossing, I'm not 100% sure if that's my wave. I'm not a big Animal Crossing fan. I know Sassy speaks very highly of the game. Apparently, she was a big fan of the mobile game as well. I could absolutely care less about Animal Crossing. And apparently, Teffy agreed with me because she said, without a shadow of a doubt, that it's a real-time game and that it is one of the most boring games that she has ever played. Now, I don't know about you, but video games should never be boring. There's been a lot of boring games in my time and in my day, but I never thought I'd see the day where a new game dropped on Switch would be boring. My man Joe Bruno, he said he's carefully reading his spam mail so he could use some new movies. Listen, I think we're all at the end of our movie libraries, sadly. It's starting to get rough. Steve Jordan, my man Steve said, why don't we all get together and do a movie meetup after this BS flu going around? I would love, as a matter of fact, I'm willing to meet anywhere with anyone doing anything after this. Jay Rich, my man J1, he said Wonder Woman 007 and A Quiet Place 2 is what he was looking forward to. Mulan and Black Widow, definitely was looking forward to that as well. And he said Bloodshot was released on video on demand. Huh. News to me. Well, I guess it's not as hot of a topic now. But Animal Crossing, if you're playing it, you know, let me know in the comments exactly how you're feeling it. Sassy swears by it. But then again, it's Sassy. And yeah, I can't vibe off with stuff that Sassy plays sometimes. It just doesn't. It doesn't really get my giblets going. But Tef definitely was about to sell her game online. That's how serious it is. And in more gaming news, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, has now been delayed. We knew this news way back when. It's supposed to be coming out April 10th. Apparently, it's starting to be shipped out now. Sassy said, screw me. Don't be like that, Sass. I love you, boo. I miss you. I hope you being safe out there. they pushed it back, and they started releasing the game in overseas. But a lot of Americans are now going to have to wait longer for their games because a lot of the shipping companies aren't on their on. Listen, anytime you can't get an Amazon package, you know it's rough in these streets, and that's kind of where we at. Sean said, "Animal Crossing is a great slice of life, chill game that makes things imaginative and chill AF." You're a liar. Sean, that is not what I heard in these streets. That ain't what I heard in these streets at all. Not all. So I need you to explain to me in these comments exactly what it is about Animal Crossing that's, twerked your turkey. Because Teffy was pretty adamant about it being BS. And she don't really fall too far from the apple tree when it comes to stuff that, that we all like. So if there's any more advocates for Animal Crossing, I'm not here to bash it. I've never played it. I'm more of a Pokemon. I got Pokemon Sword, so if you're out in these streets, let me know. We can do some trading. But I just been on my Madden game. I have played 487 seasons of Madden by now. Candy says Animal Crossing is all right. I will admit I got antsy and time travel because I can't wait to play or pay. I'm not sure if this is microtransaction is. So basically they've been charging her up for upgrades, which microtransactions. That's the kind of game that stuff is. I don't know. Joe said he got an Amazon delivery today. It wasn't a high priority item, so it took a while. Yeah. Now when I finally, tell you what Teffy says, she's backtracking and said it's a bit better now. Look, man, you know how hard it is. It's like whisper down the lane with this information right now. I'm gonna chalk it to the quarantine though. So for all you Final Fantasy fans, unfortunately, if you're in America, you might have to wait a little bit longer to get your game. In other news, this one kills me. Wonder Woman 84. Listen, y'all. She is pushed all the way back. Like way, 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 way back. Like back in the time. It seems as though we might not see Wonder Woman until April of 2021. Listen, I got to do a shot to that one. 2021 for Wonder Woman 84. That was real. Don't judge me for my coping mechanisms during this tumultuous time. Unfortunately, we won't be able to enjoy Diana of Troy no time soon. And this is all, I just can't believe that, so much. I mean, it's kind of hard not to get into Corona, especially with all the news, because it literally has affected every facet of our life. And I know a lot of people were looking forward to this movie, me being one of them. And unfortunately, I can't see them releasing anything on the Disney. I mean, not the Disney, but the DC Live. I mean, that's the benefit of Marvel being over with Disney. They have their streaming service up, running, and clicking, baby. So they could do something a little bit different when it comes to their properties, when it comes to Marvel and the Marvel movies. And, I mean, honestly, speaking of which, hold on, because I'm double dipping. I'm doing tech and speaking of which, basically, hey, we doing this on the fly, right? We're going to do this together. I'm working it. So, Black Widow. Looks like they might be bringing that to Disney Plus, which is a plus. I mean, it worked for Onward. Hey, Steph, what's good with you? I'm glad to see you up in the box. I really, really wanted to see Black Widow because, to me, it kind of rounds out some couple of things that they did in Endgame. Apparently, for Black Widow, there's this fan rumor that Black Widow's family was killed after the snap. And I mean, they basically die. Well, the fan theory is that they basically die in this movie. That's why she felt like she had no family by the time Endgame came around. So, you know, because a lot of people were questioning, well, wait a minute, if she had this huge family before Endgame, why did she say, you know, that the Avengers was the only family he had? Well, I mean, more than likely, the entire family dies in Black Widow, and I was looking forward to seeing that personally. But if Black Widow ends up on Disney Plus, I think that'd be a good look. I mean, it's going to be the new standard if this thing lasts anything past June or July. Oh God, I really hope not, because even me doing this show by myself for an extended period of time is not a good look. Because you're just going to see me get progressively inebriated, and then I'll really start telling you what I really think about people. But that's got nothing to do with geekdom and blurredom, so I'm gonna keep it pushing. If you're looking forward to Black Widow, just let me know in the comments what it is that you think that they should do. Should it be on Disney Plus? Should they do some kind of limited release at a later time? Should they push it back to 2021, which would basically push back every Marvel movie? Yeah, let's not pick that option. Oh, that's a great question. I'm not sure about Candyman. Yes, Chris, I was streaming on Instagram, but I gotta set up a couple more things so that I can keep the stream going. I had to jump off Instagram because I couldn't read the comments. But once I'm able to read, you know, get my little home studio set up the way that I want, I'll be able better to facilitate this stuff. But yeah. Let's keep it pushing. Is there any AEW wrestling fans out there? Big wrestling fan back in the day. Actually, you know, little known fact about King Kurt Live. I used to be a wrestler, and kind of enjoyed the company of some old ECW wrestlers, and much love to those that give their body for sports entertainment. But Jon Moxley and Jake Hager of AEW, their World Championship match has been booked for April 15th, which is impressive considering the fact that we're supposed to be doing all this social distancing. And I hope you distance your social, because I'm not sure if it's going to be no fans or no spectators. And I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but apparently they have this thing booked. But AEW has been making some noise. It's kind of been knocking on the door. WWE obviously is the standard. It's Vince McMahon has been running the wrestling world for the better part of the last 20 to the 30 years. I want to say 30 years outside of the WCW. Never forget NWO, that run. I love WCW, but you know, AEW is a new upstart wrestling organization with a lot of old and young talent. Jake Roberts just signed on over there as talent. So they're doing a lot of impressive things. They're making a lot of noise. But you know what? We'll see how it plays out. But for those that are interested, y'all might hear my phone go off. Listen, I'm in my home. We ain't in the studio. So it is what it is. If you're an AEW fan, check it out. If not, keep it pushing. Keep watching Raw and SmackDown and all that other crap. Hey, listen here. PS5, because I got a 4. They just released the price point for the PS5, and it's looking a little reasonable. Let me urge you. I am actually really impressed that Sony had the audacity to release this price point at $400. If you look at the software and what they're offering in the PS5, ooh, baby, it looks sexy. It looks so sexy. And at that price point, even I could afford it. And we're going to need it after this after we're done with this corona mess, because niggas is broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no money for you. I'm impressed that I'm able to pay my daily bills, to be quite honest with you. But for right now, the PS4 is looking like $400. $400 is more than reasonable. I think at the $400 price point, you can't beat that. And if I'm not a big Xbox fan. I'm not. I did buy a Switch. Big ups to Alexa, because I wasn't on that Switch train at all, like at all. And then she was like, "No, listen. Imagine they put a Game Gear and what a Nintendo game system that's worth talking about. I don't know, a Wii, and put it together, and it's portable and all that stuff. So I got one. I got a Switch. So I'm on the Switch train, but PS5 at $400 is at least reasonable enough. Typically, we're used to $300, to be honest with you. But now with technology and the way these games is looking, and 4K and the software and this, that, and the third, and what they doing, they do everything but tickle your balls. I'm okay with $400. I'll put away a couple dollars to get a $400 game system, especially if it lasts long. Now, I've never been a big fan of getting the systems at launch, because at launch they got to work out all the bugs, and then you got to see how this thing's play out. And then, of course, does it have good games to lead off with? Definitely check off to see what they're leading off with. But for the most part, $400 price point, I would have been. I honestly don't listen. Don't tell Sony, but I'd have been good with $5. As long as the system is doing what it do. Because now these systems have become all-encompassing entertainment systems. They got your Netflix, they got your Hulu, they got your all your different apps. It's usually their primary source of entertainment. So it makes sense. So they kept it reasonable, which is the only thing reasonable nowadays with this coronavirus running around. But I'm happy with it, and if you're happy with it, let me know in the comments. And you know me, I'm always try to read and shout you out and keep it funky with you. But I'm always gonna be a PlayStation fan. Well, Chris said Zelda on Switch. Yo, somebody else told me I need to get on this Zelda. I'm not 100% sure. I've never. Okay, so Marky is the gaming nerd. That's his lane. I'm not. Your boy. I never played a Zelda game in my life. These are my confessions. I've never played a Zelda game in my life. Not the gold NES John. None of them. I ain't never played a Zelda game in a single solitary iota of minute in my life, and I'm okay with that. Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. Now, Mark definitely, and Lex, and she's the one that advocated for this Zelda mess. First of all, the name of the game is Zelda, but the main character is named Link. A lot of confusion involved in that. I never was a big fan. Give me a Mario Brothers game if you're gonna do Nintendo, but whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it. Jill said our hearts crack. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. My Kuzo out there, Jill, and Violetverse. Definitely go follow my girl Violetverse. She's one of the youngest and best doing it in the game. Check her out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Smoke Signals, Carrier Pigeons. Wherever y'all watching people these days. Mark Knuckles Carter says from PTC, that's Pass the Controllers. Definitely check out our sister station. The best thing to do when grabbing a console is to see if there was at least 4 or 5 games at launch that you would definitely play. Always good advice, because if you're not going to play the launch games, then you need to wait. You need to wait, flat out. We already know that there's going to be some pretty good games at launch, but I mean, Sony's locking them up. They're not going to let this thing fail. I just need another Grand Theft Auto. Give me another Grand Theft Auto, and I'm super square. And maybe another Gears of War. I'm not sure how to, what that look like in the cars. Ooh. And another Elder Scroll. Because Skyrim's getting a little played out now. I'm a little tired of Skyrim. But, yeah, give me another Elder Scroll, Grand Theft Auto, and, I wouldn't even mind. I would like another NBA, NBA Street. I think that could work. Ain't like we're going to get the NBA. Yo, did you know, I don't know if there's any NBA fans, but basically they said if the NBA isn't back by July 1st, ain't going to be no NBA season at all. So, Marky is a Raptors fan. I'm a Lakers fan. My Lakers was kicking tail. But no bueno. That thing's gone. So, listen, that wraps up our hot topics. See? I should not drink during live shows. I don't know why I even chose to do this. That wraps up our hot topics. I'm going to play this exclusive Eric the Smoke Moran trailer. Like I told y'all, I said we got the exclusives. So I'm going to play this trailer for y'all. Check it out. It's not a long one. It's just a little teaser, just a little something to get your taste buds wet. But when we come back, we're going to talk about a couple of things that we're doing to get over the corona. Hold on. Bear with me. Are we back at it? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'm coming. I was coming. Woo. Sorry, y'all. Y'all already know. Y'all know how I be, man. Look, I ain't got no tech over here, so it's just me. So I'm doing the best I can to keep this thing rolling. Basically, what I was saying was I have a few comic book recommendations. You can order them from Amazon or eBay because comic book shops aren't allowed apparently right now. I want y'all to go and check them out because these are some of my favorite post-apocalyptic comic books that I've been reading. And you basically, you might get a little taste of some survival techniques, some things you might need to know. If you got superhero zombies on your behind, you might need to know how to protect yourself. Y'all already see, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I got my favorite shirt on. And I don't know, y'all can't really see it because it's dark, but I got Lucille in the back because your boy love a good zombie flick. But what I'm going to do for you is, first we're going to talk Batman No Man's Land. Woo, baby, listen. Of all the Batman arcs, like a lot of people are really big into Dark Knight and the Killing Joke and the Long Halloween, big fans. But Batman's No Man Land is one of my favorite Batman arcs. Basically, Gotham goes through a bad earthquake. It's sectioned off, and it's on this isolated island now. And the criminals become like warlords, and they run their little sections. And Batman has to basically be the only, like even the like Gotham Police almost becomes their own little faction gang because ain't no help coming. The government basically abandons Gotham, and he becomes the thin line between the Batman Who Laughs. I have been reading it. It's good art, but look, if I can recommend anything to you, go check out. Drink some non-alcoholic beverage. Get out of here. Nah. What? During a quarantine? Nigga, please. Nah, not even. I'm in the sauce. But basically Gotham PD becomes its own gang. Penguin has his own gang. Scarecrow, this, that, and the third, and they're all vying for space. You know, once you take civility out of it, and Gotham was already a rough town, it becomes a meat grinder, and everybody's vying for power. And Batman has to be the sole protector of the entire city. Dopest part in the entire story arc is when Superman comes to try to help, and Batman basically tells him, "Go ahead, take your behind up out of my city because this ain't Metropolis. You wouldn't understand." And then Superman tries to flex on him, and then he comes back. I'm not going to give too much, but if you get a chance, check out Batman No Man Land. Definitely a big recommendation. Second comic book. I want y'all to see this. Old Man Logan. Listen. Now, a lot of people attribute to the final. Sony, not Fox. Either way. They try to say it was kind of like an Old Man Logan spinoff, but Old Man Logan has everything you've ever wanted. It's set in the future. It's got incest. It's got Clint Barton and Hawkeye as old grizzled like war PTSD war vets. Wolverine is a beast, and honestly, hold on, let me see. We only on the show after that. I don't care. That's true, Steve. I should not drink on the show, but I'm in quarantine, baby. So I'm going to kind of do what I want at this point. Basically, Wolverine. In a post-apocalyptic, everybody's dead. Even when you find out what Wolverine has done, the blood on his hands, and the things he's done, and how it played out, it's another one of those Mad Max kind of feels to it, post-apocalyptic. But it's a dope read. Go check it out. I'm definitely rereading that one. And finally, my final pick for you guys. Come on now, y'all already knew what it was. If you want to talk about a pandemic, you gotta talk about The Walking Dead. Kirkman. That's a major read right now. So you got an opportunity to sit down in your home and order up a couple volumes, because we're going to be here for a while, and get to reading these comic books. I got a whole library that I have yet to really, really dig into the crates and get into it, and that's kind of what I'm doing to pass the time from time to time when I'm not teleworking or drinking. Giving it a beam. But let me know in the comments what y'all reading. What y'all liking? Kuzo Jim said, like the meme, the time is now divided between coffee time and liquor time. Listen, I already told y'all, if y'all follow me on Facebook, it is 24-hour happy hour. I do not care anymore. I am so fed up with being in the house, and I can't go to my favorite bar and enjoy company and all that good stuff. So at this point in the game, I went to the one place that still had booze, and stocked up. Your boy's good, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it for the most part. Steph, that's not funny. She said that they found a cure today. Today is actually April 1st. It's April Fool's Day, so nobody believe you, first and foremost, and don't be giving nobody hopes up because let me tell y'all, man, this coronavirus has really taken over everything, and I mean legitimately everything. So it's not going to be our typical hour-long show. I just wanted to kind of check in with y'all, let y'all know that we still alive, we still kicking, still sticking, and your boy's going to be doing this weekly, and we're going to get the show back on track. We're going to have Kuzo Mark coming in next week. We're going to have Teffy back next week after that, and we're going to do, simple onesie, twosie stuff, but we're trying to get the show back on tracks because, people need this right now. And I just wanted to close out. More so, I wanted to check in with y'all. I mean, we missed y'all. Like, we miss y'all. And I mean, we're trying to, figure out how we can get people to be on the stream with us. And we can have conversations. But I honestly, y'all must be ready to bust. Because unless y'all shacked up with somebody, ain't nobody getting no cheeks out in these streets. Now, your boy, listen, hold on. Let me take a shot before we have this conversation because your boy need to loosen up his wheels before we really get to talking. Ugh. Ugh. Woo. All right, let's keep it a buck because this quarantine. First and foremost, let's start off. What y'all plan to do with this $1,200 stimulus check? Because this thing is a joke. How many of y'all are really struggling and suffering out in these streets? Because, I mean, $1,200 don't even cover my mortgage. So I can't imagine what some of you are doing. And I don't know where, everybody's from different city, states, and provinces, but in Philadelphia, rent is a minimum for a hat. Unless you're in a Roach Motel, rent at the minimum is looking like a stack, 1,100. So really, you just giving that money to the rent man. But I don't know if y'all know this. Y'all ain't got to pay the rent man right now. Y'all can go ahead on and belay that to a later date. But of course, at the end of the day, you're gonna end up owing it anyway. And then the stimulus check got the audacity to be taxed. I'm not sure how this is supposed to benefit the people. We pay a lot in taxes. I can tell you that right now. We pay a lot in taxes. But unfortunately, when people need it the most, Steph said, we need you, Kurt. Y'all don't need me. Y'all really don't. But I appreciate being loved and wanted. That'll get you a week in an apartment in Boston, sadly. Terrence, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, are we really sitting here like we don't know the cost of living? I just went to Walmart and copped up on some more food. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we ain't hungry over here, but I spent a bean 50. That's $150 for those that's not in Philadelphia. I spent $150. And that money does not help the average person, let alone the average family. Do they really think that this is what's in these streets? Come on, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Talk to me. Joe, all right. So Steve said my rent is $13.75 a month here in New Jersey. That don't even help. That don't even pay the whole rent for Steve. Tef, don't look. Tef said, "Don't listen to me. Pay your rent." You do what you do for your family, I'll leave it at that. Cause, yo, if it comes down to paying your rent or feeding your family, feed your family every time. and Teffy, you can argue with me when you come on the show. Joe says I'm actually doing okay, paying rent on studio. I can't use on the plus side. My wife's car died. She's taking mine to work, and I can't go anywhere. That's saving me $100 a month. Some of us are saving money because we're teleworking, which is good. But for my cousins, two of my cousins, love them to death. They work in the medical field. They out in these streets. They out here taking care. And for anybody who is an essential, in a sense, more so expendable or sacrificial, if you really want to keep it a buck, for those who are working out in these streets and working with people who could be affected by the coronavirus or COVID-19, we salute you, because never again will they call you low wage or whatever derogatory term they use for people who are in the service industry. Ain't it amazing? Y'all hated on them Walmart workers, but them niggas that's saving us right now. Same cat that you argue with and had an issue with, be the one that you better be happy that they show up for work, because they allow you the ability to be able to buy and take care of your family. For all those in the service industry or industries that are predicated on people in the public, just recently I was talking, and you have people who had their own businesses, masseuses, hairdressers, barbers, all of them, they're affected. And I'm not, don't get me to drinking and getting on my soapbox, because we'll be here all day. Especially for and big ups to our first responders, because in my professional life, I work with first responders and law enforcement, and I felt as though it was a big win to be able to make sure that each one of those brothers and got their paycheck for their families on time, because they out here in these streets. Seriously. Let me read the comments. Candy said that doesn't touch my rent in New Jersey. Yeah, Jersey rent is a bean. Jill said I check your daily entries. Yeah, if you follow me on Facebook, I have a Corona Chronicles, day 1 through 16. It's lit. Go check it out. Chris says essential and still get a stimulus check. My nigga, get that money. Listen, they need to be paying you hazard pay to keep it a buck. Jill says it depends on money circumstance. Teffy says, I mean, by all means, feed your families, but pay your rent if you can. Yeah, sound advice, Teffy. Thank you, boo-boo. My man Chris says, say it louder for the people in the back. I will always scream and advocate for the little guy. I hope everyone is able to get food. Most stores are far out on pick or delivery dates. Yeah. Yo, every time I went to Walmart today with my brother, and they were only letting 15 people in at a time. And they had armed security guards out front of a Walmart and had shopping carts at like a barrier. It was on some old real Mad Max type vibe. I was a little nervous. I ain't going front. I kind of side-eyed everybody, and I kind of took a step back and was like, this is life now. And so it was a little, they had the PA system going. Make sure that you stand 6 feet from the person. But you ain't had to tell me that, because all these niggas look nasty anyway. I don't know who got the Corona, the Budweiser, the Yingling, the Heineken, all of that. I don't know what you got in front of me, so I'm going to stand 8 feet behind you. Roxy said thank you. Roxy is one of our people on the front line working in the medical field, baby. Thank you so much for what you do. Real rap. Steven says, this firefighter EMT is expendable, so I don't mind it being there. Done that plenty of times, baby. Steve, you are a real one. That's why I always big you up, baby, because you, when everybody else is running out of burning building, you're the first one to run in. So we definitely appreciate our first responders and show love. Roxy says she finally got a mask today. That's another sad thing. Like, yeah, they don't even give these people the equipment that they need to protect themselves on a daily basis. Right now, I'm gonna tell y'all, keeping it a buck. I got 8 friends. 8, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Let's go ahead on and double that. 8. I have 8 friends in a hospital currently fighting for their life because they have the coronavirus. Dead up. Like, they sent my brother home today because somebody at his job, wife, not the worker, but the wife caught corona, which essentially means the worker more than likely has it. So now I had to end up dousing my brother and making him, go take a shower. Don't touch nobody. This, that. Like, I can't even show love to my family because we have to be cautious. This is the reality that we living in right now, and people's going to spring break and playing around like this thing ain't real. My man Terrence says, speaking of barbers, I can't wait until this is over so I can get my hair cut. Yo, black people are. We ain't used to not being able to flex. But who you going to flex for, Terrence? Who you need a lineup for? You don't need no shape up. Go ahead, take it behind the bed. That's what you do. It actually says, Best Buy in New York has a line out front. You order online and then you go get it. Well, I needed some audio equipment, and I wasn't able to get it, and now I know. So they said they're doing the same thing in stores in Massachusetts. My cousin said they're not taking coupons to make the checkout process. For some reason, I can't load it quicker. Got it. If you're running low, get on the list now for groceries. The shop right here in my area is out past April 9th or further. Yeah, things is starting to get rough. Rafina, let me tell you about this dope black female because, I'm sorry, this dope black woman. I'm trying to do better with saying female because that's inappropriate. Please don't use that term. It's derogatory in certain circles. But she's one of the ones that's working in the medical facility, in the medical field and working with, and she's on the front lines. She says, my employer initially didn't want us wearing masks, and I was like, y'all bugging. And put on my mask, as you should. You got to protect yourself, you and your family. I think as this thing progresses, I have to be really careful about what I say because of where I work. But if I were to give you KINGCURTLIVE's perspective, personal perspective, not predicated on any inside information that I might know, I can't see this ending anytime soon because number one, y'all hard-headed and don't know how to stay in the mother house. Y'all know who I'm talking about because I be wanting to take my belt out and whoops all of y'all. These little kids are still playing out in these streets. Just stay in the house. Please. So March, April, May babies who now have to bypass their birthdays, their celebratory events and all of that because guess what? You ain't getting one. Right now, they're doing a Google Hangout video chat or whatever. This is life now for us people. This is what we doing. Sashi says, yeah, my job was like that too at first because they didn't want patients feeling uncomfortable. Nigga, all the way uncomfortable because if they call for me. There's just, y'all don't understand. I really want to get into my bag, but I don't want to run this thing too long because y'all don't want to hear me talk. But we at the point now where a nigga sneezing it by me, I take that as a personal threat, and I'm whooping you on sight. Achoo! What, nigga? That's where we at with this. And this is the worst season to have some allergies. Now, you might not even had a corona, but because you're pollinated and it's all up in your nostril flares, you're sneezing and coughing. I'm watching you. I'm looking at you. You're sneezing. You're untrustworthy. You're flummoxed. You're downtrodden. Beat up. Run amok. You can't be trusted. You got that Rona up in your system. Sassy said, my mom got allergies, and so do I. Nigga, stay away from me. Don't do that. Stay all the way away. Do that. Definitely do that. We at the point where a sneeze will get you punched in the mouth. You know, niggas, we don't play. We ain't about these games. Fortunately, we got this ginger ale bowl now that kind of help us combat corona. Look at God. But let me tell you something. Ginger ale ain't going to fix this. I got a very good friend of mine that I played football with who does daily lives about what it's like to be in quarantine. Like not Tom Hanks or Ertibus Elbow quarantine where they treating these celebrities, you know, with top-notch stuff. I'm talking about real quarantine, nigga quarantine, where they put you in an 8x10 like you're in jail, and they put tubes up your behind. Well, I'm sorry. They don't put it up your behind. But that would be awkward. But they got him sitting up there, and it's a sad thing. I have another friend of mine who's dealing with it, and she can't touch her family. She sees her kids, and she has to tell them to go away. This is the reality that we're living in, people. But I'm gonna just say, Lexus said, "Don't talk about my chocolate husband." Listen, Ertibus Elbow is living real good. Can we talk about that? Hold on. Let's have a real talk conversation about Ertibus Elbow and his woman, his wife. I think he's married to her. But this is black women, black queens. Let me tell you something. I need y'all to understand what dedication and commitment looks like, because this black queen said, if my man got corona, I got corona. So I don't know what kind of pipe Ertibus Elbow was laying in these streets, but it was enough that this woman said, I'm not letting this nigga out of my sight. If he got corona, I got corona, because we gonna do this together as a family. And at the end of the day, you hoes will not be caring for my man. I ain't never seen a nigga take a life-threatening disease on the chin for the black man that she's sitting with. Now, mind you, he is an award-winning, talented actor, Marvel, and all of that. And, yeah, we all seen the Ertibus Elbow shower pic. I personally think it's Photoshopped, but I'm not a hater. Whatever. But if Ertibus Elbow dies of corona, she's like, I'm going to die of corona. But I can tell you one thing, you hoes won't be burying him. You gotta love black women. You gotta love black women. She said, you hoes ain't gonna get nowhere near her, man. Listen, she be like, you bringing the medication? Let me see. Let me around here. And what you won't do is is have Ertibus out in these streets feeling bad, because there are plenty of women that want to take care of Ertibus. Mark said, same here. Once and only once. It was hard for me to drink that crap. It makes me cough before my lips touch the liquid. I'm not. Oh, they talking about Zyrtec. Rafina made a very good point that folks are out here dying by. So listen, and this is what, and if I could use this platform for anything, I want to say this to you. If you know somebody who's elderly or infirmed, and you know that they're by themselves, if you know that they're out here by themselves, be a human. Go check on them. Go see what you can do. Maybe you can make a market run. Maybe you can do just some of the minute things that we take for granted on a day-to-day basis and help out somebody and do something greater than yourselves. We know that it's real out in these streets, but at the end of the day, we still have to care for each other. We still have to do things for each other. I think it's beyond sad to have the thought that somebody is laying unable to care for themselves because it was already hard to begin with, and now this pandemic has just made it even more all but impossible. Do something for somebody. Do something for somebody, and do something bigger than yourselves. Tef said, as a former home health aide, women stand by their husbands. Stand by their what? Hold on. Women stand by their husbands. I think she meant to say women stand by their husbands more than husbands stand by their wives. Tef, I'm on the mic right now, and there won't be any man bashing while I'm talking. There will be some drinking, though. But what you won't do is be bashing men, because let me tell you something. I's a good man. I's take care of any woman I'm associated with. But that's just King Kurt Live. That's a personal thing. Steve said, help the elderly and make sure you buy it for them. Don't take their money. Yeah, definitely. Because, money's getting short. Things are getting tight. And unemployment is, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. These are tumultuous times. These are unsure times. But we're going to get through it together. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Take heed. Take this time to fix what's going on with you internally. Make your peace with whomever you got to make your peace with. If you got beef out in these streets, isn't really that important right now. So if you can find some good in the bad, if you can find a way to make the negative into a positive, do so. There's a bunch of fancy words I have on the tip of my tongue, but at the end of the day, just be good people. Because if you're not and you come to my house, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm King Kurt Live. We getting ready to get up out of here. Head Nerds in Charge. Be here next Wednesday. I'm kind of doing a 9 to 10 thing because I don't think you need 2 hours of me rambling and getting drunk in front of y'all. But 9 to 10 is our quarantine schedule as far as HNIC is concerned. And real rap, if you need help, DM us, DM me, and we'll see if we can get some things that you may need. It's all love, and we in this together, and I'm gonna try to keep the funny going, to brighten y'all day. If you don't follow us on Instagram, Head Nerds in Charge. Follow our fan page here on Facebook. Big ups to, the team. We just went over 30,000. We're almost at 40,000 now. About halfway to 40,000, and that's a hallmark. That's a milestone for people who work so hard to put this together. And I can't thank my squad enough, because we're a close-knit family, and we still talk and we still communicate and we still try to build each other up. And we didn't want to not do this show. We didn't want to not do anything. So for right now, this is what it is. But I wanted to test to see if we could do it. And look at that. Here we is. Here we be. And I know Kuzo Mark going to be here next week. I'll try to get Teffy in here, and we'll do whatever we need to do to keep the funny going in a time where a lot of people need it most. Follow your boy, King Kurt Live, and be good people out there. We love you, cousins, and thank you so much for sitting and talking with your boy. And we're going to get ready to get up out of here. I can't thank first responders, the medical field, service workers enough for what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, putting your lives on the line, your family lives on the line, so that people can buy goods and resources to feed their families. I don't give a flying if it's Target, Walmart, wherever. If you out in these streets, if it's to big ups to my man A-Dot, who's working, and Pep Boys every single day to make sure that automobiles are running right, because those things are still needed. For y'all that are out there working and doing your thing, and support the people who are going through this time, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't heard it any time today, we love you. We thank you. And never should anybody part their mother lips to say anything negative about people who are working in this industry. We can't thank you enough. And The world will never be the same after this. Hopefully for the better. King Kurt Live. Follow your boy. Follow Instagram. Follow on Facebook. All that good stuff. And we out.
I love you. I love you.